Hello, everybody, and welcome to Marveling in the Madness with me, Dominic Tor, and Stephen Matembu, as always. How are you doing, my friend?
Yeah, not too bad, thank you. How are you doing?
Well, other than falling asleep from our triple intro that we've just taken, all right.
Yeah, yeah. Sometimes third time is the charm, as they say.
To be fair,
You
the second
know,
two times were me, so.
see, it's not as easy, is it? It's not easy. Oh, so I just had like verbal diarrhea in my first try. So I was like, you know what? We're gonna make you do it. We'll just put you on the spot today.
And here we are. At
Yes.
some point, we might release the bloopers to everybody, and that'll be
I don't think we ever should.
delightful, delightful. Anyway,
Oh,
um,
yeah.
what topics
So,
have you got this week?
so I think we'll go with the one that you sent me first. So I say scandal. I listened to it briefly on the website. So we'll go with the father's five. I can't speak English at all today. It's gonna be a good one. Go with the father that's apparently it's great. Let's try again. Go with the father that apparently has 550 children. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
go into that.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's a Dutch man that's been going around the world potentially, donating his semen to various clinics or sperm to various clinics. And yeah, he's apparently you're only meant to have, I think according to, I think it was Dutch law, you're only meant to have 15 to 25 children. So they're now trying to trace where all of these clinics are, because obviously there's a chance that the children may accidentally couple up with other children from the same father, which is not great genetically. So yeah, big story. Quite a lot of kids to have, especially if they all came claiming support for growing up. But yeah, bizarre. It's not the only person. There's quite a few people who do this sort of thing, I think.
I just think how's he still walking around? Like, how's he got that much sperm to just give up? I know we make a lot, like, don't get me wrong, I know the science of it, but like, surely, like, every time you do it, you feel like less of a man, you feel weaker. So you just go around town to town, just
I
just
don't. I don't suppose
just
he's
giving
done it
up
all in like
all.
a week, but
I feel like that's not even enough time because they say like in a study it takes 75 days for like a sperm to actually mature. So I feel like that's not really enough time for you actually to be good quality semen. But apparently his is fine. So
well,
I'm
who knows
assuming
how long he's been doing it for? He could have been doing it for the last 30 years, for all we know.
that's also a possibility. That
So
one would make more sense.
yeah, I don't think he's just been like over the last year just trying to go around everywhere as far as possible. No, I think I think it's been a longer process than that. I think, but even still, I like I'm umming and ahhing whether to have one kid. Never mind 550. But I'm not sure the world would want 550 of me anyway, if I'm completely honest. So
I think that's, or not just you in general. I think that would just stress anybody out. Like I said, we both have friends that recently become parents or whatnot, or have been parents for a little bit now, and they always looked a little bit stressed. Like I say, I can't imagine 550 of them.
uh,
Although there's one man that could probably do that. Elon Musk could probably do that.
550 children.
Yep. I feel like
Well,
he's the only one that's financially stable enough to do that.
there's probably a few others. Gang, like, what's it, Genghis Khan? That like,
Yes, that's
there's
what I
a
was trying to think of, but my brain just wasn't playing ball.
yeah, there's a massive amount of the world population are related to because he
Yeah,
basically impregnated every woman he found. I think, from what I can work out.
that's also
Um,
crazy. So that's maybe that was his goal. Is like if Genghis Khan can do it, then why not me?
Maybe he was his life model. Genghis Khan was his like, you know, most of us aspire to like famous people from today or religious figures, but this man was like Genghis Khan. He's my. At least I suppose he didn't start trying to conquer the world, although we might not know. Maybe that was his strategy to do it by just having as many offspring as physically possible.
I suppose his method is more humane, so that's one upside I can give him.
Yeah, yeah. It's I know it's kind of like worrying and troubling. But on another hand, it's kind of impressive that the man got away with getting to a point where he's got 550 children. I suppose it's not that impressive. It's not like it takes that much skill, but
I was about to say, are you really impressed with that? Hey,
no, I retract my
it's
statement
such a
and just
level
say
of impressiveness that, geez, man.
we'll just
Life
get.
is going to be so entertaining for you.
I'm retracting my statement. I'm going for why.
That's slightly better. What was I going to say? I've lost my train of thought. Today's a struggle. Um. Oh, okay. So what if he got paid every time he did it? So let's just say, like on average, he got like 100 quid. It's probably not going to be that. Could he be technically quite wealthy if he didn't obviously spend it all at once? But like obviously over the years, imagine if you put that into like a little investment fund. Like every time he did that, he got, I don't know, 50 to 100 euros or whatever it is, the exchange rate there is,
Yeah,
and then you just put some money away.
maybe that is it. Maybe he's done it as a job rather than a.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, that's a solid investment.
It's a strange job, but if that's your thing,
I'm just wondering, like, how long would you have to do it for? So let's just say you only did it for like 5 years. That could be a fair bit of change on the side.
well, maybe. I don't know how many clinics he's donated to. It sounds like 550 people have used his children. Have used him for making children, so which is quite troubling. But um, that's a lot of kids. That's a lot of kids to have. But
Imagine that family reunion.
yeah,
You have to go to the beach just to like try to fit all your people in, or like a massive forest or something.
yeah, yeah. Especially if they all came knocking at once. That's
That would be hilarious. I feel like
yeah.
there has to be like a follow up to this. Like
Wasn't
some
there a
kid,
film about it at some point? What was it
I have
called? Was
no,
it The Delivery Man or something like that?
no idea. I
And
always
he
say watch out for the milkman. So
oh no, it was a film. I can't remember the name of the actor in it. He's quite a famous actor. It was actually quite a good film. There was a guy who'd like I can't remember if he donated or something, and then they'd accidentally given out all his sperm to like loads and loads of families, so he had like hundreds of kids. And it
technically,
was
that's not his fault, then, is it?
no, it was a film where it wasn't his fault, but it was quite an interesting like film. But, anyway, there we go. I think we've talked about that one enough.
Yeah, I want to swiftly move on. I hate that. I feel like we shouldn't have opened with that one, to be honest.
No, it's not the yeah.
Maybe we edit this one and move it to the back.
Well, we are where we are.
Okay, so the next one, which is funny but also quite dangerous. Let me make sure I get the countries right. So Sweden accidentally followed. Ah, la la la. Accidentally fired. Good stuff today. Rocket into Norway.
Yeah. I think
That's
it was
all
a
you
research
need.
rocket, wasn't it, from what I read?
Yeah. That's pretty fair. That's all you really need to know. Obviously, something went wrong and it crashed in, I think, Norway's borders, which obviously they have to take seriously. But that's crazy. Imagine like you didn't like, oh, imagine like you thought World War III was going off. So like now they fired a rocket, you fire a rocket, somebody else is now firing rockets, everybody's firing rockets. Now we're all dead just because someone made a tiny little error.
Yeah. Also, could you imagine a war between Sweden and Norway?
Not really. I
Not
didn't
not
even
too
expect them to even have rockets, to be honest.
well. I imagine they have rockets, but they're not two races that I particularly think of as going to war with each other, particularly. Maybe back in the day when the old Vikings were around, I suppose. But
Yeah, but I don't think they'll use rockets, would they?
well, no, I'm not sure they would have gone to war with rockets back in the day, but they might have fought in the back of the day. But yes, it was quite an amusing story. It must have gone quite wrong for it to land. They clearly hadn't warned Norway, so they obviously didn't think it was going to go over the border into Norway.
I just think of like the worst case scenario, like I say, like just everyone now firing rockets off just because they think it's go time.
Alliance is broken. Who do you think we would like side with, Norway or Sweden?
Honestly, I have no idea. No idea.
Or do you reckon we just stay out of it?
Who
It's
would be more?
unlikely because
Yeah, but it probably come down to who's more beneficial, like who does more for us or what can we gain from them. It's normally the case.
I just think we just like to be involved. We'd just be like, we've got to be involved. Why? I don't know. We've got to stay relevant on the world stage, haven't we?
We need
Why?
something to do. We got all the Royal Navy, the Army, and all these other forces. They need something to do.
I sometimes think we just get involved in stuff just to try and stay relevant sometimes. like,
I suppose
we're a
it's not
small nation.
irrelevant. I suppose you have to show a certain amount of power just to keep certain countries from, maybe kind of flex their own or thinking, oh, they're looking weak now, so we can jump in.
I'm all right. I'll just stay out of it, thanks. I'd much rather just get on with life. Stop worrying about trying to prove ourselves as a world power still.
Yeah, it's easy for you to say. You've not got a lot to worry about, have you?
I haven't, no.
But people worry about threats all the time. Most of them probably online threats that we don't even think about that are happening right at this moment. You're all probably being hacked. But I try not
They're
to think
currently
about it.
watching you and I do this podcast,
Those
and
lucky people.
they're putting bunny ears on us.
Bunnies are pretty cool. I might buy them.
Oh, that would make the podcast a bit different. Some pink bunny ears, get them on.
Oh dear, they're really quite funny. Yeah, so just imagine you like just watching a rocket come over, and then you just start freaking out a little bit.
Probably blame Elon Musk.
No, because his rockets are now reusable. He doesn't make mistakes anymore. Do you not know this?
Oh, he did. One of his blew up recently, didn't it? When it was meant to be taken off or something.
I don't know. I've not watched a lot of his stuff recently.
Wasn't that his space program? I think he tried to fire it up and then it blew up or something soon after takeoff. I think. Sure, that was Elon Musk's SpaceX thing. Anyway, yeah, I think things like to blow up when they're rockets. They're a bit temperamental.
Well, to be fair, that's the main purpose, unless it's a spaceship rocket. Other than that, it's its main purpose to blow up. So, if anything, they were successful.
Yeah, they accidentally bombed their neighbor.
Hmm.
Classic maneuver. Maybe
Yeah,
Sweden were trying to
also,
slightly start a war.
last week, I think it was last week Sunday. Did you get the alarm thing?
Oh yes, yeah, the
Meant to go
emergency
off?
preparedness thing or whatever it was.
Yeah, I don't think I got it, or I wasn't awake. I can't actually remember.
They don't want you to be prepared. They just want you to walk
Probably
outside
not.
one day and there's the zombie apocalypse or something.
It's more than likely because a few people were asking you at work, and I was like, didn't hear it. Chances are I was probably napping anyway, but you think an alarm would wake you up, but no.
Everyone else be getting in their bunkers and Steve will just be there having a nap. Wake up.
Just walk outside. Oh yeah, it's gym time. It's just smoke everywhere. I'm like, what did I miss?
There's zombies running down the street. This is different to what it was. I don't know why I've decided it's a zombie apocalypse, but why not?
Zombies sound more fun. Or it depends on what kind of zombies are. As long as they're not like the speedy ones, I think it'll be quite fine.
Yeah, I think if they're slow ones, it'd be quite fun most of the time.
Yeah.
Just give them a little poke with a stick. Take that.
Imagine there's someone you don't like. I'm like, yeah, I'm running and hitting you. Coming out of nowhere, I'm like, yeah, I've got my chair. It's time. I've been waiting for this.
I would just trying to see if I could like just box them. Have that. See how fast you are. How fast are you?
Yeah, I have some gold clubs I don't use. That'd be very useful. Have that in the back, like a little sword, always ready.
Yeah.
There you go. So yeah, as long as it's the slow ones and they're not too strong, I think I'll be happy with that. Anything else? I'm like, we don't need giant mutant ones.
No.
Or really fast, shouty, screamy ones.
No, we don't need that.
Don't want that.
Or intelligent ones. We want the really stupid, slow ones.
Yeah, that reminds me of what's that one Will Smith is in? Legend.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we want none of those. None of those.
Oh yeah, they crazy.
They're crazy. They're strong. They're smart. Nope. Don't want any of them. Just super slow. That's it. That's the main thing. I think we'll all get on just fine.
As slow as possible.
I feel like if you get bit by super slow, and that's kind of on you, isn't it?
Yeah, you want it to be like Shaun of the Dead at the end, where they're like keep pet zombies.
Been a while since I watched their film.
It's been ages. I watched it for a long time.
Okay, so we'll move on to our next story, which I think is quite funny because it kind of involves me because I'm quite short. So on the Sky website thing for the very strange stories, apparently leg lengthening surgery is becoming quite popular in the US and I imagine everywhere else. which I find quite amusing. You know, I can
Very.
kind of see why, because every time like you talk to most women and they're like the ideal man, they'll be like, "Oh, you're 6 foot." I'm like, ah, not a lot of people are actually 6 foot. You know, I'm just gonna put that out there. You know,
You should. I reckon you should just get leg lengthens that are like make you 7 foot tall. I think that'd be hilarious.
it will look ridiculous because then you have to do your arms as well because then you're out of proportion. So if you
You'd
just
have
have like
legs that go on for
really long
days.
legs and then
No,
like
keep your arms the same.
arms really short, ugh.
I just love watching you try and put your shoes on would be hilarious.
Also, apparently, it's quite painful, and it goes on. Well, I don't think you heal for at least 6 or 7 months. So you're gonna sat down pretty much probably all the time, moving a little bit. It's gonna be painful, and you're probably gonna become fat. But at least you're a little bit taller.
It
So
sounds like the worst idea I've ever heard of.
yeah, but I'm not too surprised it's happening. To be honest, I'm seeing a lot more things now where, like, especially men now are getting more sort of implants or whatnot, so like pec implants, ab implants, shoulder implants, etc., etc. So I feel like it's nothing too out there. It's just a shame, really.
I'm gonna get blow up arms, so I could just like puff in a straw and my arms will just get bigger.
Why not? Everyone's gonna have goals and dreams.
It's
You
gonna have
know?
like a full body, like implanted blow up suit. So when I want to look really muscular,
It probably would come to that point
it
at
probably
some point
will,
in
and
the
that's
near
kind of sad.
future.
The next thing is like from like games like Deus Ex, where you replace parts of your body with machines,
Yeah,
and
I feel
like
like that has a purpose. Like that's multi-purpose. So that's better.
it's
You're not just
more
getting
probably more
taller.
useful.
You know what I mean? You're not just getting taller. Like, well done. Now you're taller. Do you actually feel any better? Probably not, because you're still probably the same person.
I'm gonna
So
lengthen my nose. It isn't big enough.
fair
Sorry,
enough.
it's already pretty big if I'm honest. It just needs to. I'm gonna have Pinocchio's
Mm.
nose. That's what I'm going with.
Although I find it kind of funny because I actually generally don't know what my height is. I'll be honest with you. I think I'm around 5'4", 5'5", if I'm being honest.
54 centimeters.
No, so I think so what would be like 65? I think that was the last time I actually looked.
What centimeters?
Yeah.
You're only 65 centimeters.
No, sure. No.
Uh, no, you mean 65 inches?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
you're
entirely what
65.
I meant. Yeah.
Sorry, that was me. I
There's just
took.
no need. It's
I,
Sunday, mate. Why
I,
why are you trying to make me think extra? There's just no need for
I was
this.
I was remembering that from was it Kevin Hart and The Rock when they were having an interview on something. And it was like, "What is my height?" Kevin Hart said he was like 3'9" or whatever he said. I can't remember what he said.
Oh dear, dear, dear. Yeah, don't try and make me think, you know.
Sorry,
It's
it was very mean of me doing maths on
unnecessary.
Sunday.
Either way, it's still short, and I still don't know my actual height to this day because
You're the perfect size for what you are.
that's so degrading. I wish you'd never spoken, to be honest. You were better off saying nothing, and I would have felt just as good.
I like to add that sort of input.
Thanks. Feel way better now. Way, way better. Right. Have you
So
got
if we
anything
go
else
for
for
the
me?
classic small packages, good things come in small packages. You
Ah, look,
know,
I'm struggling to say words now.
yeah,
Ha!
yeah. We definitely have to have a blooper reel tonight. Jeez.
Oh gosh. Okay. Do you want to try that again?
But the good things come
The
in small
sentence.
packages. I got it right the second time.
Oh, I
I can
think I
say it
was
the
too
third
busy
time if you
laughing
want.
at you.
What's that?
I think I was too busy laughing at you for actually come through clearly, so you're gonna have to do it again. Go
For
on,
the
one,
fourth
one
time.
last time. Yeah.
That good things come in small packages.
Never heard that. Never heard that before. No. Is that the story? What's the story?
Oh, the last story. Well, the last story now. Right.
Yes,
Let's
go
go.
on
Let's
story.
go on to that. There was there's a lady in the metro that had a Kit Kat that came with no wafer in it, so it was just solid chocolate. It's deep.
I feel like worse things have happened.
Yeah, I think it's just following on a theme from last week, but she was quite disappointed because she loves the wafer. I'd have probably been happy without the wafer personally.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like you got more for your money then because you got more chocolate.
But she loves the wafer, so she swapped with her husband or boyfriend that had the wafer in his, so she was happy. But crazy times, what you can't trust your Kit Kats now. You're coming with waferless Kit Kats. What's
I
next?
feel like that should be a thing, but then it'll just be like just a chocolate. So
There can be legless tables next.
floating table does sound. Oh, that does sound pretty cool though. Because there was this I think it was like MTV Cribs thing I was watching many years ago. And they basically like I had a floating bed, but obviously it was like two massive magnets. So like the
Wow.
magnet was like keeping the bed in place.
Imagine if you
That
were any metal in bed. That would be terrible.
um well, that's the them problem.
Your arm would be like either ripped off or forced towards the ceiling. You'd just be like sitting there in bed like that. Just your arm up in the air.
Well, it's not a problem I have, so I ain't gonna worry about it.
I don't either. Or if you had implants in your body, like metal implants,
Yeah, that probably would kind of suck.
just there hovering around. It would be quite cool though if you could just hover over your bed.
I feel like you would forget and then like roll and then hit your face when you come down.
Yeah.
It's a terrible way to wake up every day.
Yeah. Depends how high you're hovering, I suppose.
I don't know.
You're hovering like
Idea.
15 feet in the air. You're like, get into bed, turn the magnets on. 15 feet up. Just hovering there.
Well, that's supposed to be like a really peaceful way to sleep. You
You
have
have
to
to strap
support
yourself
it.
in. I suppose it depends where your house is. If you like houses underneath a motorway or something, probably not.
I mean, that's a terrible place to have a house anyway.
Yeah, you never know. You get them mole people, don't you?
Sure. Sure, whatever you say, mate. Whatever you say. Have
Classic mole
you
people.
yeah, we'll move swiftly along.
Yes.
Have you got your teacher segment? Is there anything so we can finish
I
off this?
have. So obviously this week it is the coronation coming up on the Saturday. So all the schools are doing something very exciting and going out. Rose's been buying all of the flags and things for having a party. Gonna bake some cakes and do some little Union Jack cupcakes for the coronation and have a little outside party, a street party in the playground. And all the schools doing fun things. But obviously we'll all be there watching on Saturday inevitably, I'm sure.
I'll be at work. Yay!
Yeah, I'm sure you can watch it at work. Go on.
Um, yeah, I probably won't.
I don't I don't mind if people are unionist or not unionists, if they're monarchists or not monarchists. But
Oh no, don't get me wrong. It's a big event, but I won't say I'll sit down and watch the whole thing. To be honest, I might catch glimpses.
a good
Good for
proportion of
him.
the country be watching.
Hope he does well. Hope he does some good changes.
I'm sure. Apparently, I think they made a quiche for him.
A quiche.
So I didn't actually realize coronation chicken. I think came out at the last one of the coronations. It was like a dish made for the coronation. So this year, I think this time they've come up with a quiche.
Ew, I'm not the biggest fan of quiches.
No. Well, like most church events I've gone to, they always seem to come out with a quiche. Quiche is something that Christians love to have at their eating events.
Also, I feel like it's trying to be a fake pizza. You know what I mean?
I feel like people who really like quiche and are really into quiche are probably quite offended by that, but
Hey,
I genuinely don't know, so I'm not offended in the slightest.
we're all gonna be a little bit offended sometimes. I'm just saying. It just looks
try.
like what is trying so hard to be a pizza, and then you bite into it. It's just disappointment.
It's like an omelette with pastry in it.
Yeah, I feel like there's two things that didn't need to be combined. Omelette, yeah, I'll eat that 9 times out of 10. It doesn't need the extra pastry though. Yeah.
No, it's like a frittata with pastry.
Mm.
It probably
I
is literally a
saw some
frittata
of the
with pastry.
masks today. I was tempted to buy a thingamajiggy mask.
A what?
Just for the rolls.
A thingamajiggy mask.
Yeah, that's what I'm calling right now.
What on earth is a thingamajiggy mask?
King Charles mask.
Oh,
Yeah.
is it actually his face, or is it like one of those
No,
COVID
it's like
lockdown
the
masks?
print out ones with the holes in the eyes.
Oh, nice, nice. It wasn't just one of those COVID ones with like the bottom half of his face or something.
No, it wasn't.
That'd be
It
more
was
creepy.
earlier when we were doing the shop, I was like, "Do I buy one?" And then I'm like, "I actually don't care that much." So no,
No.
no, I'm not gonna do it.
I must
Although it would be
confess,
fun to walk around work in it just for sheer giggles.
I think you should get a full Prince Charles suit for going around to work.
I'll get back to you on that one.
I must confess, I'm not overly bothered this time. I'd say this time I wasn't there for the first coronation. Like I wasn't there for the last one. So, but
The spirit was, yeah, that's the way we're gonna play it. Your
my spirit
spirit
was, yeah. Or I've been alive for thousands of years, and I just swap
Hey man,
those.
we're technically energy. I don't think if you know this or not.
Oh, we'll go
So
back to that already episode.
energy never dies, it just gets transferred, it can't be destroyed. So you were there.
Well, this podcast feels like there's definitely nothing new under the sun, since we seem to repeat the same thing.
It's just callbacks. Everything is just a callback.
We're just going to keep quoting previous episodes now for the rest of the episodes. We're going to do no new content. We've only done.
But that's scientific fact, though.
What's that?
Just saying that we are energy. We're like a soul that is energy. It can only be transferred, can't be destroyed.
Oh,
There you go.
there you go.
Powerful stuff on a
I
Sunday.
feel like you could feel quite destroyed.
I will destroy you, my energy.
With your words.
Yeah. That being said, I think we'll cut it there. I think it's literally now starting to morph into madness, which is beautifully ironic. Isn't it ironic? Don't you think? Oh, no one's gonna get that. Nobody's gonna get that.
No.
Anyway, I'll do the outro. So this has been Marbling the Madness. I've been Stephen Matembu, as always with Dominic Tor. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and peace.
Have a good week.